kind of romanticism and people like dating or talking about like romantic like relationship was something so corrupt that only corrupt capitalists would do, that we honorable socialists, we do not do those shameful things. Because she had a private life before she became the dear leader's wife, all the people that knew her personally being affected, but being affected in North Korean terms means executed or sent to concentration camp. Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel. Today in this video, I am going to talk about Lee Seol-ju, Kim Jong-un's wife and North Korea's first lady. I think a lot of you might have seen her photos in the media, but I think a lot of media haven't talked about what kind of influence she had on making Kim Jong-un who he is today, and also what she is to North Korean people, and what kind of family background she's from, and all other things that relate to for her to be coming to her place right now today next to Kim Jong-un as a very firm first lady. So first, let's go back to her life journey. She was born in 1989, so she's 30 years old currently. Sometimes like it's hard for me even to believe that, you know, like in America, the presidents who are running for presidents are like almost 80 years old. And our dear leader in North Korea, he is like in his 30s, and he's like, our first lady is like only 30 years old. It's very different there. But Lee Seol-ju was a daughter of a pilot. Her father was a pilot that he, I think, drove the airplane that carried the dear leader. So he was pretty elite. Not the most like prominent family in North Korea, but pretty high up there. Because of her father's position in North Korea, for that he was able to bribe her daughter through this very special gifted school in Pyongyang. And the unique thing about Lee Seol-ju is that she was not a member of pleasure squad. She was just like a very normal civilian who went to this talented, gifted school for girls, you know, sings, dances, and plays the instrument. She was gifted very early on with her singing, and she was very beautiful. I mean, she is like considered to be the most beautiful women in North Korean standard, you know, because we have very different beauty standard. So she's like very like pretty and good singer and good family. She went this very really prestigious school. When she was there, she did have a lot of private life. Unlike the girls who was picked for pleasure squad, they are always like for the girls who are picked for the pleasure squad, they always does like virgin tests and make sure they're medically and their personal life with the men are very clear. But with the Lee Seol-ju, because she was not the member of pleasure squad, she did not have to follow those like really strict rules. She had a relatively free life as a private person. After she finished her university, she got recruited by this Eunhasu band that Kim Jong-un had. Among there, she had 12 members, other her fellow singers and entertainers. And then I think maybe there Kim Jong-un saw her and then picked her to be his wife. We don't know the full story yet, but that's where she, middle of the Eunhasu member in that band, she dropped it out and just one day showed up as the dear leader's wife. But the problem is this: because she had a private life before she became the dear leader's wife, all the people that knew her personally being affected, but being affected in North Korean terms means executed or sent to concentration camp. That 12 member with her in that Eunhasu band, they all got executed. Only because they just knew the personal story about Lee Seol-ju, and we don't know why, you know, what kind of history that Lee Seol-ju had that she had to hide. So they had to go that far to execute all these 12 ladies, you know, just innocent human lives. But that's how brutal North Korean regime is. This, for them, human life means nothing. So after that 12 ladies of execution, and recently there are so many has been executions around like these high wealthy family sons, because like researchers attend this very prestigious university in Pyongyang. The ladies who attend there, they are usually really beautiful. They are singing and dancers. They usually get a lot of, invitations or like the interest from the wealthy people in Pyongyang. And I'm sure Lee Seol-ju got a lot of those too, because she was that pretty. But because of that, the man who showed any romantic interest to Lee Seol-ju, it wasn't even dating. That was enough for them to be disappeared and executed and sent to prison camp. The reason why the North Korean regime does when it comes to private life of their leaders' family is that because they have to be a god, right? As I explained it before in my previous videos, when you're a god, you don't really need logic to explain things. You can just say like, this is God's logic. As a mere human, how dare you try to understand my high being power? So it's crucial for them to make them idolize this like such a perfect human being, or maybe exceeding being a human, that kind of figure. Even though the Kim Il-sung's first wife, Kim Jong-suk, she was abandoned by her husband and he was, cheating on her with other women, and she died really miserably very early on. North Korea made her a hero, national hero, the mother of our nation. It literally said it's like a Maria in the Bible, gave birth to Jesus, right? In Catholic religion. So on Christmas Eve, instead we celebrate Jesus' birthday in North Korea, we celebrate her, Kim Jong-suk's birthday, the mother of Kim Jong-il. But Kim Jong-il had a very, very private life that we did not know even like he had wives or anything. It was so private. And then now let's move on to Kim Jong. Why he had to show research to public and show that he had a wife? It's because Kim Jong-il got his power in 1994 when he was relatively older and seen in public at least like over 10 years to North Korean people that he was going to be the next successor. But Kim Jong-un did not have that time, and he was very young, not that many years since he got back from Switzerland. So to make him more legitimate and serious successor, they had to find a way to make him do that, which means showing him that he was married, that he was the, leader in a family. So when Kim Jong-un showed up with this beautiful, gorgeous looking lady who's so elegant in her the dress, everything, holding her hands next to the leader, that which you would never imagine that you can do in North Korea. Because I thought Kim Il-sung was a god. I never thought he had to be married. Can you imagine God needs to be married to a woman? So for me, even after I escaped seeing that was shocking. But for North Koreans who were living in that country, seeing research with Kim Jong-un gave them so much excitement. Lee Seol-ju's style was so much European, and she was gorgeous and holding her husband arm, that made it look so modern. In the past, North Korea were denouncing this kind of romanticism and people dating or talking about romantic relationship was something so corrupt that only corrupt capitalists would do, that we honorable socialists, we do not do those shameful things. But now Kim Jong-un showed up with his wife and holding arms together. So Lee Seol-ju was such a fresh air for North Korean people just to see and witness that historical change. And even not only in the West, the expert thought Kim Jong-un was going to be reformer. Even people in Pyongyang, seeing her made them to believe that North Korea is going to be reformed, start reforming things like China did. But of course, as we all know now, it was opposite. Kim Jong-un was even more isolated, even more brutal when it comes to ruling the country and his concentration camps. So Lee Seol-ju was some kind of like a, fake a show that he did. And when I like think about her, it's just like I don't even know what to feel about her. I know exactly my feeling towards Kim Jong-un. Like, of course, I hate this dictator. But with Lee Seol-ju, she had this like perfectly normal life before meeting him, and because she was picked by the leader, all her friends got executed, and all the personal life people got vanished. And when you get picked by the leader in North Korea, you have no choice. Like Kim Jong-il, like Kim Jong's father, he one day saw a lady in the movie and it's like, oh, I like her. And she was married, but like doesn't matter. Like divorce your husband and come to me. And he made her his second wife. So there's like a most of the chance that Lee Seol-ju even did not choose to become the first lady of North Korea, but she has to be. So, and then another problem, as a first lady of North Korea, that does not mean that your children's succession is guaranteed. Kim Jong-il at least had 4 wives, and Kim Il-sung has also another multiple wives and children from other wives. And for Kim Jong-il, the second wife's son, Kim Jong-un, replaced the leader. So Lee Seol-ju, for her, there's even no guarantee that her children is going to be the next leader, and her children might even get assassinated by Kim Jong-un's other children, like Kim Jong-nam did. So in this survival of, as a wife of the leader, as this dictator, nothing is guaranteed, nothing is honorable. So, I do truly feel sorry for Lee Seol-ju as a woman, but I think it's very important for us to know that, like, how North Korean regime used Lee Seol-ju to manipulate their image to international community. Even like Kim Jong-un took Lee Seol-ju to meeting Xi Jinping and going to South Korea, and to show like how normal he is, even though he's not. So I really just hope that we don't get deceived by this kind of dirty tricks that Kim Jong-un plays. Thank you for watching this video, everyone, again, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thank you.